What is our second main topic today?
Our second main topic comes to us from Teddy. He says, hey guys, there are rumors going around that the Flash director Andy Muschietti will be directing a Justice League movie in the future. These crazy rumors came from Jason Momoa after he posted a video showing his excitement over some big news that is being kept secret. In the video, Jason says the word Maestro while blowing kisses, and there are clips of Ezra referring to Muschietti as Maestro as well. Various sources say that the Flash movie is really good, so it wouldn't surprise me if DC wants him to direct future projects. What are your thoughts on this? Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
All right, thanks for sending that in, Teddy. And yeah, look, so a number of days ago, Jason Momoa put out this video on social media that got a lot of people talking, and he was clearly very, very happy. He said he just got the best news of his life. Does he have children?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how his kids feel today, but he just said he got...
Kids are okay. You can make more.
Yeah, you can always make more. So he's just saying he's got the best news of his life, and he said he can't say what it is, but he says, thank you, you know who you are, mwah, Maestro, right? Now that started a lot of theorizing from people. Who's he talking about? Some people thought maybe he was talking about Zack Snyder, which is because he loves Zack Snyder.
I know.
So that's a possibility. Some people were thinking he was talking about Andy Muschietti. Now, the reason some people think that is because there are reports and rumors going around that Warner Brothers has approached and sat down and talked to Andy Muschietti about directing Justice League 2. At least those are the rumors and the responses going around. Now, of course, this is coming from because of the fact that you're right. All the inside sources, including the ones I've spoken to personally, and Rob, that you've spoken to personally, with one unified voice, everybody's saying that Andy Muschietti's Flash movie is really, really good.
Yes.
And Warner Brothers is very excited about the film and all that kind of stuff. So that makes it plausible, at least, that, yeah, there would be interest there in having Andy Muschietti, who also, who directed Mama, did a really good job directing that, did the It movies. That made them money hand over fist. Mm-hmm. So obviously there could be some interest there. Now, I will say this. Now, before I tell you what I was going to tell you, let's go over, this comes to us from Fandom, and Fandom wrote the following. In recent reports, Andy Muschietti is rumored to be in talks with DCU and Warner Brothers Discovery about directing Justice League 2 after directing The Flash. Although this is just speculation, there have been rumors about David Yates taking over for Man of Steel 2. I don't see that happening, but that's possible, I guess. Both the parent projects were initially Zack Snyder's works. While Justice League went on to be directed by Joss Whedon, Man of Steel 2 is still looking for a director, much like the sequel to Justice League. All right. I will say this. Is it feasible that Andy Muschietti could be a name that's being bandied around for a Justice League 2? Absolutely. I mean, we just went over the reasons why he should be considered a valid candidate for it. However, I text messaged somebody last night who is not David Zaslav or Alan Horn. But I texted somebody yesterday who's a little bit on the inside, and I just brought that up. Now, you guys got to understand, I am not some Hollywood insider. 9 times out of 10 that I send out these emails or text messages, I just never get a response.
Sure.
But about 1 time out of 10, I do. And the response I got was, when I was asked about Andy Muschietti, Justice League 2, all they said was, I haven't heard of that. So, I mean, maybe that's worth something, maybe it's not. But the person I communicated with said, not something they even heard of. Doesn't mean it's not, couldn't be true. So what is Jason Momoa talking about when he says excited and Maestro and all that kind of stuff? Well, first of all, Maestro, understand what the Maestro is, right? It's the conductor. It's right. You could call, many directors have been called Maestro.
Many directors are called Maestro.
As a matter of fact, there's a lot of actors who just refer to the director on set as Maestro. They'll say, hey, Maestro, what do you want to do here? Like, they'll just do that. It's not an uncommon thing. It's not like it happens every day, but it's not uncommon. My guess, and let me be clear, it is just a guess. When he's referring to Maestro and saying, thank you, blah, blah, I think he's talking about James Gunn.
Yeah.
Because there's only one person now who has the power to do what the stuff he's talking about, and that's James Gunn, the new CEO of DC Films. So I don't think, and here's the other thing. I talked about all the reasons why maybe you should believe that Andy Muschietti could be the director of Justice League 2. Here's why I would put a cork in it for now. It's one thing for a studio to be excited about a movie they have coming out, but they know you got to see how the audience responds to it. Now, you don't worry about the box office. You don't worry about because that's the marketing department's responsibility, but you got to see how the audience responds to it. Because there have been a lot of movies by a lot of studios that studios had full belief in, and then it came out and people thought sucked eggs, right? Like Marvel was very enthusiastic about Thor: Love and Thunder. They were really, really high on that. And then we saw what happened that, while I liked the film, I didn't think it was nearly as good as Ragnarok. And there are a lot of people who straight up didn't like the film. So I cannot see this iteration of Warner Brothers, this regime at Warner Brothers, making the same mistake that previous regimes would have made by going ahead and hiring directors for Justice League 2, which, by the way, isn't even a movie yet, when they have not seen how the audience respond to Flash, because they can believe in it. We've heard great things about it, but we got to see how the audience responds. So I don't believe this. I do not think this is true, but I'm not going to shut the door on it because there's enough positives there to say that it could come to be, but I wouldn't buy it right now because I think Momoa was talking about James Gunn. Or it might not have had anything to do with Aquaman, or of course, James Gunn put up a Lobo poster on his Mastodon account, his new social media thing, which by the way is the social media I'm on now. Go and find me there if you want. But he put up that. So a lot of people think it was, Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo or whatever. But listen, it could have been any movie project for any studio. It might not even been, but my bet's going to be on James Gunn. Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Athletic Greens. Now, I started taking Athletic Greens because I don't eat enough vegetables, and I was looking for a way to make up for that deficit in my diet of those vitamins and minerals that I really need in my system, and thank goodness I found Athletic Greens, and I literally take it every morning. You see, with one scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole foods, source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, all the things. And my wife got onto it, and now she absolutely loves it. Tons of people take some kind of multivitamin, and it's important to choose one with high-quality ingredients that your body will actually absorb, like Athletic Greens. So right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with a convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into the flu and cold season. It's just one scoop and a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Campea. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Campea to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Rob, you're hearing these rumors and reports. Andy Muschietti is going to be the director of Justice League 2, which there's not even a Justice League 2 right now.
No.
I don't know. And the Flash movie hasn't even come out, but there are some things in its pro column too. I don't know. What do you make of this?
Well, first of all, there's no reason to make a Justice League 2 because Justice League 1 didn't make any money. It's not like an Avengers movie. I mean, I wish fandom would be a little smarter when they jump on these rumors and understand more of the business elements of it all. Because if Justice League had made a $1.5 billion the way Avengers did, then you're talking. Then Warner Brothers is like, we got to fast track Justice League 2 with this new regime. And I'm sure this is not to say, look, I love the Justice League. Growing up, they were my favorite super team. But economically right now, how do you justify that? How do you justify that to shareholders? How do you get them excited about a Justice League movie when they look on a spreadsheet and go, what do we care? It didn't make money last time. Why are you going to spend it this time? I think it's something else. I don't know what that thing is. I don't think it's Justice League. I think it might be Aquaman related. It might not be. Maybe they greenlit Aquaman 3 with some extra added stuff because that would make more sense to me of all this. They're so happy with Aquaman 2 and what they've seen because they're deep into the, remember it got delayed. I think it was supposed to come out this Christmas. It was going to come out opposite Avatar. Aquaman was.
Yes.
So they probably have, this is my thing. If I had to theorize, I'll bet they've seen Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom and love it. But they're stuck in post because there's so much post-production for another year. I could see James Gunn saying, we're so happy about this movie and it looks so damn good, we're greenlighting Aquaman 3. we're going right into the third movie, which could make him pretty damn happy. And coming out of that meeting, he doesn't then have to worry about Aquaman 2. They've got the full force of the studio behind it or something like that. That's what I think it's probably about. That would be the simplest explanation for me. A Justice League 2 is a huge leap. And I think, sure, would they like to do a Justice League 2 someday? Yes. But I think they're smart enough to there's no reason to announce something like that now.
Or to hire your director for it, right?
Or to hire,
It would be like 3, 4, 5 years
And remember,
away.
you can't make a Justice League movie without, all of your talent is looking to do individual films. Making a Justice League movie, no, they'd rather top line their own movies. Making a Justice League film is not the kind of thing where Jason Momoa is going to go, great. Let's be clear. He's got his own franchise that made $1 billion. That's what he wants. He's not interested in that ensemble piece.
Right. But none of us would believe for a second, just to clarify, none of us in this room would believe, including you, that you would have a DC Studios that is not at some point eyeballing that at some point we got to do another Justice League.
100%.
100%.
100%. But not right now.
Yeah.
I just think, well, why would you do that?
No, there's no reason for a JL2 Electric Boogaloo.
Chris, you're hearing this. Number one, what was Jason talking about? Number two, do you buy into this theory that this rumor going around that Andy Muschietti is being talked to direct a Justice League 2? I don't know. What's your take on it?
How do we know he's not talking about John Williams? That's who I think of immediately.
Hey, John Williams is going to
I just love you, John Williams.
Movie.
You're doing great stuff for me. I would love that. I do think this is more about James Gunn. I think this is more about the things he's posted on Mastodon, right? He wants to be the main man. He loves Lobo. He is Lobo. And that's a character, too, that you could still play Arthur and him because they are so wildly different aesthetically as well as in personality.
That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, that's what you can do there. I think Andy Muschietti is definitely in talks to do more stuff with DC. We've heard great things about Batman Flashpoint. So hopefully, then that's its name, and that's what I'm sticking to.
That's going to be the name, yeah.
But yeah, you have to wait until, the paint has dried, so to speak, and see how everyone likes it. Even though an executive is saying this film looks great, right? Several executives, that is. We haven't seen how the public reacts to it. There have been tons of award darlings even in the past that are just, this is definitely going to be a beautiful film. Look at Amsterdam. That movie was supposed to do great. And that bombed hard. The studio really believed in that. Now they're like, put it on streaming, just get it out of here. So the public is really going to decide if we move forward with things, and they're going to help decide whether or not Andy Muschietti is going to get another go at this.
Here's another question, kind of a side note here. The Lobo thing has come up. Of course, James Gunn posted that picture of Lobo and all that kind of stuff. But wouldn't something like Lobo, even with a Jason Momoa, because I think Jason Momoa would be everybody's first pick to play Lobo. He is Lobo, even though he's already Aquaman. But wouldn't Warner Brothers be a little hesitant about a Lobo project at all, considering average moviegoers have never heard of Lobo, right? Much like Black Adam.
Yeah.
The average moviegoer had never really heard of Black Adam. But you had Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson starring in it, and that couldn't generate huge box office. So would Warner Brothers be all that excited about rushing forward with a Lobo project? I don't know.
No, that's why I think the obvious answer would be they've greenlit an Aquaman 3 before they don't have to wait until he doesn't have to wait to see how it's going to perform a year from now.
Right. Or if they sign Jason to a long-term contract now.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know, y'all. Okay, Taylor pulled up this great image, and if you expand down on it, he's on top of some skulls. He's smoking his cigar. He's on radioactive waste. I don't know about the average moviegoer, but this is the tits. I love this. If I didn't know anything about Lobo and I saw this image with Momoa, that's basically Momoa's face right there anyway.
Well,
if
it's
I saw
Jason
that,
Momoa and Rob Zombie having a baby.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
yeah.
Lobo.
What a terrifying union. But if I saw that poster though, and I had no idea about any of this, I'd be like, yes, I don't know what this is. Sign me up.
All right, guys. The question is for you. What do you think about all this? What was Jason Momoa talking about? Could Andy Muschietti be directing a Justice League 2? Rampant rumors flying around. Most of it probably not true, but maybe there are some pros to it. What do you guys think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there.